we're back with our Pivot series, and I'm so excited today because we have my dear friend, Joel Hughes. I am convinced that Joel is my brother from another mother because I feel like we're literally the same person. Awesome guy that I've known since 2010, and now is doing some great things. Joel, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Zilla, thank you. It's so good to see you, and I'm glad to be a part of this. This is exciting.
Well, great. Joel, why don't we go ahead and get to it? But before we do that, tell everybody what it is that you do professionally.
Yeah, so I've spent a majority of my life in higher education administration, but currently I work for Troy University in our professional development avenue department, if you will. So it's continuing education and outreach, where I am the training program manager. And what I do is I work with our contract trainers in making sure that all of our clients that we work with, they have the content knowledge specialist for that role. And we go out and work with each and every one of our clients to better their profession, them as individuals, and their organizations.
Are you still doing any training right now? Any virtual activity?
We are heavily dependent upon virtual training right now. Between Zoom, between WebEx, Microsoft Teams, we're using every avenue we can use, whatever communication medium we can to reach our clients and those individuals that are seeking to better who they are as a professional during this time.
So thank you for sharing that. But I know you, I know your wife very well, Megan, and little Seth. Tell me how it's been, this whole transition into COVID-19.
At first, difficult. I think a lot of us worked through the very first, excuse me, 2 or 3 weeks to a month, working through exactly what is this? What is this coronavirus, this COVID-19? And, how can we maneuver through what we were working with? I mean, staying at home, what? I'm more curious in getting out and being with people. That's my extrovert. But personally, I think that Megan and I have really tried our best to check in with each other, asking each other how we're doing, mentally, physically, psychologically, and socially. It's tough, and that goes back to that higher ed, the holistic development, right? So I use that at home too, and especially with our little boy. He's about to be 3. He doesn't really understand. He just knows mom and dad are at home, and we get to play more. But we do kind of introduce him to some things. Hey, this is while we're not being able to go see people. So that's been a little interesting. But overall, I would say we're trying to stay motivated and stay positive. There have been the downtimes, don't get me wrong, but we're trying to let those be minimized and optimize or really capitalize on the better times.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I love how the little people think it's fun. It's an adventure, right? And they actually, in their own special way, inspire us to kind of, engage in the fun aspect of all of this, because the truth is there'll never be this much time spent with family ever again. There hasn't been before, and I don't think we'll have this opportunity again. So kudos to you all for taking full advantage of that, but more importantly for checking in and taking care of each other. You are in the world of professional development. You are in the world of continuing education. And what we know is that there are a lot of people who are thinking, because they have time right now, there are a lot of people who have been displaced, unfortunately, not on their own doing. What are some thoughts or some things that people could be thinking about right now as they're looking at rebuilding or reinventing or just strengthening themselves before they go back into the new normal, so to speak?
Yeah, no, and that's what we've been working a lot on, and ourselves mainly. But we're trying to let that pour out to not on our clients, but people that we know and work with. One of the things I would say is see things for what they really are. Adversity, change is taking place, right? There are moments of uncertainty where we do not feel comfortable. It is okay to not be okay. And I think that's something that we need to take time, slow down, and realize it's all right. But I would say on the back end of that, and especially what we're doing, and I love this that you're doing with this pivot series, is we're developing who we are as individuals. Had a friend that wrote a post about it's so nice to be able to take this time and slow down. Yes, it's nice to slow down, but what are we doing in that time of slow down to really challenge ourselves? And the last thing I would say from a professional development standpoint, I really would like for people to start thinking more about is the optimism. I've always thought there's no hope, there's no action, there's no results. So we have to be able to keep that in mind and keep that optimism there and really push forward.
Well, I like how you said that. Yes, it's nice to slow down, but what are we doing with this slow down time? That's important. That's important as it relates to repositioning. So this is my favorite part of the interview, where you get a chance to sort of freestyle, and you are a motivational and inspiring person. I mean, I think once upon a time, your job was to get thousands of people into a football game excited about the big win when you were at Auburn, right? And so let's use this opportunity for you to sort of freestyle, give some words of inspiration and encouragement to all those watching to help them get through this experience that we're all having.
But I really think that we have to take a moment and think about, who are we intrinsically? Why are we put here on this earth? What is our purpose? What are we doing to strategize to be able to move forward and actually achieve the goals? We're good at setting goals, but what measures are we putting into place to actually jump forward with that? My biggest thing is I need to lose some weight, right? So what measures are we putting into place to achieve the goals that we've put into our purpose and our passions that we have in life? And I think that's very important, that we really get back to the core of who we are. I had a football coach once. It was really neat to me to see the coaches really work with us in and out every day, talking about life, talking about everything that we're doing. And now we're taking all those life experiences and really looking now at what can we do to figure out our purpose. Because we once had a purpose, right? We once did all these great, wonderful things, but now that we've been shook like a hurricane, or rocked like a hurricane, what can we do to truly understand our core and our passion and our value, and then measures that we can be able to push forward. So.
And inspiring. I mean, people need to really think through a lot of what you've just said. Joel, I cannot thank you enough for taking a few moments of your day just to help me stay motivated. A lot of people say, well, why are you doing this pivot series? Well, I'm doing it for selfish reasons, because I get a chance to spend time with people like you, but I share it on the platform with hopes that others can get the same inspiration. So I just want to thank you for taking the time today, for being with me.
It means a lot to me too, Zilla. Thank you so much for all you're doing.